Egypt, a land of ancient wonders, a cradle of civilization. For millennia, its strategic location has made it a prize sought by empires, a bridge between continents, connecting Africa, Asia, and Europe. The lifeblood of the Nile River flows through its heart, sustaining its people and its power. From the pharaohs to the Romans, from the Arabs to the Ottomans, Egypt has witnessed the rise and fall of great powers. Each has left its mark on the land and its people. Each has shaped Egypt's destiny. In the 19th century, as the Ottoman Empire waned, a new power emerged in Egypt. A dynamic leader with a vision for a modern, powerful Egypt. This was Muhammad Ali Pasha, the founder of modern Egypt. His ambition would ignite a century of warfare and transformation. Egypt's military would be forged in the fires of conflict, from the sands of Arabia to the shores of Greece. This is the story of Egypt's epic military journey. A journey marked by both triumph and tragedy. Muhammad Ali Pasha, a name that echoes through Egyptian history. Born in Ottoman-controlled Macedonia, he rose through the ranks to become the Ottoman governor of Egypt. But Ali harbored grander ambitions. He envisioned an independent Egypt, a regional powerhouse. To realize his vision, Ali knew he needed a strong military. He inherited an army steeped in Ottoman traditions, but it was outdated and inefficient. Ali embarked on a radical overhaul, seeking inspiration from European military powers. He established a modern military academy, trained his troops in European tactics, and equipped them with modern weapons. He understood that the strength of a nation lay not just in its numbers, but in the skill and discipline of its soldiers. Ali's reforms transformed the Egyptian military. He created a force capable of projecting power beyond Egypt's borders, a force that would soon make its mark on the world stage. Muhammad Ali expanded Egypt's influence, targeting Arabia first. His son Ibrahim Pasha quelled the Wahhabi uprising. Victory solidified Egypt's power. Ali then launched expeditions into Sudan. In 1821, the Greek War of Independence erupted. Ibrahim Pasha's navy played a decisive role. European intervention led to their defeat. Despite his military successes, Muhammad Ali's ambitions ultimately outstripped Egypt's resources. His campaigns had drained the country's coffers and manpower. The Abyssinian conflict in the 1870s exemplified the limits of Egyptian power. Seeking to expand Egypt's influence further south, Ali's successors clashed with the Ethiopian Empire. The Ethiopians, fiercely independent and masters of their mountainous terrain, inflicted a humiliating defeat on the Egyptian army. Internally, resentment grew towards foreign influence in Egypt, particularly from Britain and France. This resentment coalesced around Colonel Ahmed Urabi, a charismatic Egyptian officer who championed nationalist ideals. The Urabi Revolt of 1882 posed a direct challenge to foreign dominance and the authority of the Egyptian monarchy, which was seen as a puppet of European powers. Urabi's call for reform and Egyptian self-determination resonated with many, but his rebellion was short-lived. British intervention, fearing for their interests in the Suez Canal, crushed the rebellion. Egypt's aspirations for independence were dashed, and the country fell under British occupation. Section 5. A World at War Egypt, in the Global Conflicts. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 dragged Egypt, still under British rule, into the global conflict. The country became a strategic battleground, its location crucial for controlling access to the Suez Canal. Egyptian soldiers found themselves fighting in a war far from home, serving in British-led units in Gallipoli, Palestine, and Mesopotamia. Their contributions, often overlooked, were significant to the Allied war effort. World War II once again saw Egypt thrust onto the global stage. The Western Desert Campaign, a pivotal theater of the war, raged across North Africa. For the Egyptians, the war was a double-edged sword. They resented British rule but also feared the Axis threat. The Battle of El Alamein, fought in 1942, marked a turning point in the war. British forces, led by General Bernard Montgomery, decisively defeated the Afrika Korps under the command of the legendary German general Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox. The victory at El Alamein halted Rommel's advance and marked the beginning of the end for Axis forces in North Africa. For Egypt, the war highlighted the strategic importance of its territory and fueled the growing desire for independence. Section 6. The Birth of a Nation, Egypt's Path to Independence. The end of World War II ushered in a new era for Egypt. The war had weakened the grip of European colonialism, and nationalist movements surged across the globe. In Egypt, the yearning for independence reached fever pitch. The 1952 Egyptian Revolution, led by a group of young military officers known as the Free Officers Movement, toppled the monarchy and declared Egypt a republic. Gamal Abdel Nasser, a charismatic colonel who emerged as the leader of the revolution, became the face of Egyptian independence. Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal, a bold move that challenged British and French control over this vital waterway. His action ignited the Suez Crisis of 1956, a pivotal moment in Egypt's post-independence history. Section 7. The Arab-Israeli Conflict, a struggle for land and identity. The creation of the State of Israel in 1948 cast a long shadow over the Middle East, igniting a conflict that would shape the region for decades to come. Egypt, along with other Arab nations, found itself embroiled in a struggle with Israel over land, identity, and the future of Palestine. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the first of many, ended in defeat for the Arab armies, including Egypt. The war left a deep scar on the Egyptian psyche, a sense of humiliation that fueled a desire for revenge. Nasser's pan-Arabism and his defiance of the West resonated throughout the Arab world. He became a symbol of Arab nationalism, vowing to liberate Palestine and restore Arab honor. The Suez Crisis, triggered by Nasser's nationalization of the canal, brought Egypt to the brink of war with Britain, France, and Israel. While Egypt emerged from the crisis with its sovereignty intact, the conflict solidified the Arab-Israeli divide. Section 8. The October War, Egypt's Moment of Triumph. The Six-Day War of 1967 dealt a crushing blow to Egypt and the Arab world. Israel, in a lightning-fast campaign, captured the Sinai Peninsula, Golan Heights, and West Bank, leaving the Arab armies reeling in defeat. The defeat in 1967 was a bitter pill to swallow for Egypt. It marked a period of soul-searching and military rebuilding. Under Anwar Sadat, Nasser's successor, Egypt prepared for a war of redemption. The October War of 1973, known as the Yom Kippur War in Israel, was Egypt's chance to rewrite history. On October 6, 1973, Egyptian forces launched a surprise attack across the Suez Canal, catching the Israeli army off guard. The crossing of the Suez Canal, a feat once deemed impossible, was a testament to the skill, courage, and determination of the Egyptian military. It was a moment of national pride, a symbol of Egypt's resurgence. While the war ultimately ended in a stalemate, it shattered the myth of Israeli invincibility and restored Arab pride. For Egypt, the October War was a psychological victory, proving that it could stand toe-to-toe with Israel. Section 9. Legacy of Conflict, Hope for Peace. Egypt's military journey has been a long and tumultuous one. From the conquests of Muhammad Ali to the triumphs and tragedies of the Arab-Israeli conflict, Egypt's military has played a pivotal role in shaping the nation's destiny. The wars and conflicts have left an indelible mark on Egypt's social, political, and economic landscape. They have tested the nation's resilience, its spirit, and its determination to forge its own path. Yet, amidst the legacy of conflict, there's always hope for peace. Egypt's historic peace treaty with Israel in 1979, a courageous act by Anwar Sadat, stands as a testament to the power of diplomacy and the yearning for a more peaceful future. The road to peace is long and arduous, but Egypt's journey reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope endures. The human spirit, like the Nile River, has the remarkable ability to carve a path through even the most formidable obstacles.